Welcome to Disney Villainous,
where the worst takes it all. Hey there, YubTub, and welcome back to Disney Villainous, where, as you can see, especially through the thumbnail, the winner of the voting is
I wonder.
Captain Hook. And now, before we start with Captain Hook, I would say, before playing this, wasn't that, too fond of Captain Hook, because in all 26 characters that's in there, Captain Hook is my 18th. Didn't even make the top half, because, well, Peter Pan is just an old movie, haven't seen it in a long while, so not sure about how I feel about Captain Hook. The only thing I could think of him is just running on water like Jesus, because of a crocodile just trying to eat him. But enough being said, before we start, I know I kind of missed talking about their game pieces, because Ravensburger, they actually do a great job just showing the personality of the characters in their games, whether it's the design on the back of their cards for their deck and fate decks, as we go, how their board is, their main objective. So, not doing them respect, showing them the game pieces that they've done. And as you can see for Maleficent, hers is her cape in the flame, going up in the flames as she disappears, like she does in the movie. Of course she's green and shows her horns. It makes sense. That's the character herself. And then the next is Jafar, which is cloak and hat being worn by his staff. Which, that makes sense, an awesome game piece too, with the color of just like black and kind of like a burnt yellow. And then now we have Captain Hook, where he just has his robe and his hat with, of course, the very big feather on it. And that pretty much represents Captain Hook, other than his hook. Now we will get started. Of course, we can't start his board without reading his quote, which is,
Double the powder and sharpen the fuse!
I'm just surprised there's no Pan written in there. But, that's how he feels, just kill Peter Pan, which that is his main objective, which is to defeat Peter Pan at the Jolly Roger, which is right here in the first location. And the 4 locations they have here is the Jolly Roger, as aforementioned, Skull Rock, Mermaid Lagoon,
and Hangman's Tree.
First, we'll go into the Jolly Roger, where you will gain 1 power, discard, vanquish, and play a card. Then the next one is Skull Rock, which has gain 1 power, play a card, fate, and discard cards. Then the Mermaid Lagoon, you have play a card, move an ally or item, gain 3 power, and another play a card. And lastly, which sadly that it is locked, so for the time being, is
Hangman's Tree.
fate an opponent, gain 2 power, move a hero, and play a card. Now I know we never gotten to move a hero at the moment, but it is needed for his main objective, which is to get Peter Pan to the Jolly Roger. So we'll explain more once we get to the heroes and we get to Peter Pan. But now my suggestion is Mermaid Lagoon is the best location, because you gain 3 power and you get to play 2 cards. And then moving your allies and items freely, it helps a lot. And then the second thing, obviously the second best one is the
Hangman's Tree.
but the access of it is denied until you're able to unlock it, which you'll be able to once we get to his items. So between, I guess it just depends. If you want to vanquish a hero, you can go to the Jolly Roger to do that. If you want to fate an opponent, then you just go to Skull Rock. So now that the locations is over, we'll get to his deck. And the first one is effects. And he has 3 different effects, 8 in total. The first one is Aye Sir, where you move an ally to an adjacent unlocked location. That ally gets 2 strength until the end of your turn. So basically they're saying, you get them hyped up, so they go attack, which is just moving 1 adjacent. And if you're where the vanquish action is, which is better to use this for, then you can destroy a stronger opponent. That way you don't have to use too many allies. Discard it if you can. If you have nothing else to play, then go for it, but if not, just discard it. It's not that great. Then next is Give Them a Scare. Look at the top 2 cards of your fate deck. Either discard both cards or return them to the top in any order. Now you're thinking, why would I want to do that? Well, because Peter Pan is your main objective, so you're looking for Pan. That's all it is. So if you look and you see Peter Pan is not one of them, you discard it. Which actually works very well, but we'll get to Pan when we do. And you got 3 of them. So this is a good card to have. But once you have Pan, then just discard it. So BP, if you have it, play it. AP, discard it. And last but not least, Worthy Opponent. Which forgot to mention, aye sir, pay 1 power. And give them a scare, pay 1 power. That's what Worthy Opponent, you pay 0 power, so you can play it for free. And what it says is gain 2 power, reveal cards from your fate deck until you reveal a hero. Play that hero, discard the rest. Now this is a good way to just skim through your fate deck to look for Pan. What makes it worth it is you're gaining 2 power. Now what sucks is you have to play a hero that is revealed. And if it's not Peter Pan, it sucks. But you do gain 2 power. Not a true discard, but you know, you can use that 2 power, but play it at your own risk. And next will be allies. Because what is a captain without his crew? And he has 5 different allies, 10 in total. And he has 3 boarding parties, which cost 2 power. Boarding party must be used to defeat a hero at their location or at an adjacent location. You put boarding party in Skull Rock, and they can be used to vanquish any hero in any unlocked location. Then you have 3 swashbucklers, which costs 1 power and has 2 strength, just like the boarding party, but has no ability. It's good to have bodies on the field because you'll see why later on when we get to heroes. And next one we have 2 of is the Pirate Brute. With the cost of 3, he does nothing. No additional ability. But however, he's a brute, so he comes with 4 strength. Played because he's 4 strength. And then next we have 1 of is Mr. Starkey. With the cost of 2, when Mr. Starkey is played, you may move a hero from Mr. Starkey's location to an adjacent unlocked location. And then lastly, what is a captain without his first mate?
Mr. Smee?
With a cost of 2, gets plus 2 strength if he is at the Jolly Roger. And he has 2 strength. Just play him at the Jolly Roger, don't move him, keep him there. Because you will use him, along with others, to defeat Peter Pan. And to get the win. And now that we got through the crew, we'll get to his items. Where he has 5 different items, but 8 in total. He has 2 Hook's Case. Which, with the cost of 2, this location gain 1 power. So you could put 1 or even 2 of them at Mermaid Lagoon, and you're just gaining 5 power each time you land there. Next is 2 Cutlass, and with a cost of 1 power, attach Cutlass to an ally. That ally gets plus 2 strength. No doubt, you give a man a sword, he'll be stronger. And then next, 2 Cannons, and with a cost of 2 power, this location gains a Vanquish action. And there's 2 of them, so you can make almost everything your Vanquish. After that is Ingenious Device. With a cost of 2, this location gains a Move a Hero action. This could help quicken your victory, because you need to move Pan quickly to the Jolly Roger before anything else happens. And last but not least, the most important item is the Neverland map. And with a cost of 4 power, when Neverland map is played, unlock
Hangman's Tree.
First of all, right here, important, it's a 1 of. So you try to go through your deck as quick as you can, discard if you have to. You look for the map. But not only that, the next time you play an item, you may discard Neverland map instead of paying the item's cost, which is a nifty trick. And if you don't want to pay a lot, then that's fine. And then once you play it and you're already unlocked, you don't need it again. If you have it in your hand again, discard. Lastly, we get to conditions. He has 4 conditions, 2 different ones, so 2 of each. First, we go to Obsessions. During their turn, if another player defeats a hero with a strength of 4 or more, you may play Obsession. Reveal cards from your fate deck until you reveal a hero. Either play or discard the hero. Discard the rest. And you know what? That's a great way to get through your fate deck to try to get to Peter Pan. Just most of them just discard. they're pretty much just useless. And then lastly, Cunning, which there is 2 of. During their turn, if another player has an ally with a strength of 4 or more in their realm, you may play Cunning. Play an ally from your hand for free. It's very specific, so just discard it when you can. His deck is over. We will go to the Fate deck, and we'll pass it over to my first mate, Pooh Bear.
So for Captain Hook's Fate deck, we will start with effects, which is not very much. He has Splitting Headache. There's 2 of the same, which I have all the time. Discard an item from Captain Hook's realm. So I would say items that would need to be discarded would be cannons or ingenious device, which is the clock. Of course, that is a major problem. Next are our heroes. We'll start off with the youngest. Youngest always go first. Is little Michael carrying his teddy bear, How Sweet. Michael gets +1 strength for each location in Captain Hook's realm that has a hero, including Michael's location. So Michael, he's a weak link. However, if he is on the board, he ends up being a 5 strength if there's a hero at every location. So Michael ends up getting stronger and stronger as the game goes on.
My friends, they are my power!
Next, we have the second darling child is John. John gets 1 strength if he has any items attached to him. Always best to use pixie dust on him. We'll get to that in a minute, what pixie dust actually does. Next, we have our famous Disney fairy, Tinkerbell. She might look good on the outside, but she's got the hots for Peter Pan, and somebody gets in her way, she's gonna give you some attitude. When Tinkerbell is played, discard 1 ally from her location. I would use her to get rid of Smee or Pirate Brute. Those would be my best recommendation, and even the boarding party. Next is third and last, darling child. She is the mother in all of this, so she carries a lot of responsibility within Peter Pan, which is Wendy, darling. All other heroes in Captain Hook's realm get 1 strength. So she actually makes Peter Pan stronger. Wendy makes everybody stronger. And then we have our Lost Boys, which there's 2 cards that are of the Lost Boys. Lost Boys, at least 2 allies must be used to defeat Lost Boys. It's a solid card to use. There is an item that I would recommend using for them, which we'll talk about that later. Then we have the Croc himself, TikTok. If Captain Hook moves to TikTok's location, Captain Hook must immediately discard his cards. The Croc is awful. Places to play him would be the Jolly Roger or the Mermaid Lagoon. And last but not least, the thing that Captain Hook is always looking to defeat and he can't get it right, he's obsessed, is Peter Pan, which is part of your objective. When Peter Pan is revealed, you must play him immediately to the
Hangman's Tree.
even if it's locked. Any other fate cards revealed during this action are discarded. Is your main goal. So those are all of your heroes. We will move on to your items. There are 5 of these, 3 are the same, which is Pixie Dust. Pixie Dust, attach Pixie Dust to a hero that gets +2 strength. So Pixie Dust is best used on Wendy, because that's the first person that gets sprinkled with Pixie Dust in the movie, so it kind of makes sense.
Even Peter Pan.
Right. And they said you can put it on Peter Pan, but it just makes him stronger.
Yeah.
Because he already has unlimited supply of Pixie Dust.
Dad, we're playing to win! If you're going against Captain Hook, and I get a Pixie Dust, and Peter Pan is there...
But it's not always necessary.
No, and Peter Pan is there, he is a 10.
Right.
And if I get another one, he is a 12.
Right.
And if I get another one, he is a 14. That means you need 4. If you get the Brutes and the Smee. And then someone else. 4 allies to take care of him. You got all 3 pixie dust.
Right.
So if Wendy is there and he's high on pixie dust, that's you need 5 allies to take him out. Oh, but now they have the sword cutlass. I can say there's 2 of them. Then you can probably bring it down to 3 allies. But yeah, if he's high off of pixie
Crazy
dust.
math.
If he's high off of pixie dust, oh yeah, it's only because you want to put it on pan. But yeah, put it on pan. Put it on the peanut butter.
Your last item is Taunt. Attach Taunt to a hero. Captain Hook must defeat heroes with Taunt attached to them before defeating other heroes. So yes, Taunt would also work in that order for pixie dust. Would be either Wendy, TikTok. You could go ahead and put it on Lost Boys too. Definitely do not put it on Pan.
You see, the problem with Captain Hook's fate is there, as you can see, there is a lot of heroes, which succumbs to more than half of the fate deck. You know, just 55%. You know, 8 out of 15. But the great thing is he has a bunch of crew members. Ones you need to get rid of. Obviously it's Pan, but the other one is TikTok and the Lost Boys. They're not that annoying yet, but if Taunt is on them, then you will be annoyed. So after playing Captain Hook, once again, Ravensburger did a great job. I mean, for him to lose all his hand on TikTok, like for him to lose his hand because he literally loses his when he sees the crocodile. After playing him, even though I said he was my 18th favorite Disney villain out of all the 26, as of game design and gameplay wise, he is a 4. He is my 4th favorite one. As you can see so far with everyone, they've been pretty high. Maleficent's very fair. So is Jafar, just very good, very fair. Captain Hook, not too fair, a little bit on the unfair side. That's why he's that high. Unfair in a good way, where things can be quickly. Once you get the Neverland map, you are pretty much on a countdown to win. Because by then, you should have your guys set up. You should have your items set up. Your opponent would be scared to fate you because they don't want you to give you Pan. You have cards that will help you get you to Pan. Now, as if you're going against him, one thing you want to cover is the Mermaid Lagoon, and Roger 2, so you can't just discard. And you may not want to fate him at the beginning. Do not give him Pan. Thank you guys for watching. Thank you, Pooh Bear, for showing his fate. And as always, have a remarkable day. And oh yeah, before we go, we need to tell you that the next one that we'll talk about is
Pitiful, insignificant fool!
Ursula.